Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you didn't catch the title, guess what we're talking about? Michael Avenatti, the extortionist. Yeah, that's right, the extortionist. Y'all should have seen this coming. This man has been on a R. Kelly spree. He want to sit here and tear down this man even though he got his own abuse charges. He got his own lawsuits brewing. Oh, but this shit is the icing on the cake. Michael Avenatti was arrested today. I'm talking about this man made a post on Twitter. And the FBI came in to scoop his ass up. Let's see his last tweet. At 11:16 this morning, he said, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, we will be holding a press conference to disclose a major high school college basketball scandal perpetrated by Nike that we have uncovered. This criminal conduct reaches the highest levels of Nike and involves some of the biggest names in college basketball. So before that, I guess somebody peeped what was going on and let R. Kelly's attorney know, because he posted, "Because I don't hold grudges, I am happy to offer Avenatti my legal assistance. I hear he needs a good lawyer." That is so petty. That is so petty. But I knew it was coming.
With regard to Nike shares, first of all, I'll point your
Avenatti scheme to extract more than $20 million in payments from a public company by threatening to use his ability to garner publicity to inflict financial and reputational harm on the company. Avenatti's conduct had nothing to do with zealous advocacy for a client or any other kind of legitimate legal.
Does that sound familiar, y'all? Same way he came at R. Kelly first and then did this press conference and then brings forth this sex tape. Oh, hell no. I don't even want... Fuck that. You mean tell me this man out here extorting everybody, and he the one that come up on this sex tape that's been MIA for the past few decades? Man, get the fuck out of here.
Work. Instead, Avenatti used illegal and extortionate threats for the purpose of obtaining millions of dollars in payments for himself. Avenatti repeatedly pressured the company to agree to pay or risk having Avenatti hold a press conference that he claimed would dramatically drive down the stock price of the company and its market value. As Avenatti threatened in one recorded meeting, if the company did not meet his demands, the company might die, but if not, it was, quote, going to be inflicted with cut after cut after cut after cut. As alleged, the entire scheme played out in less than a week. Avenatti first met with representatives of the company last Tuesday, March 19, in Manhattan. At that meeting, Avenatti said he represented a client who coached an amateur high school basketball team sponsored by the company, which is Nike. The team had recently lost that contract worth $72,000 a year, and Avenatti claimed the coach had information about potential misconduct by employees at Nike. The allegations of misconduct were similar in kind to those that formed the core of a prior criminal prosecution brought by our office, that payments were made to families of high school basketball players. In that meeting, and in subsequent conversations that were recorded as part of our investigation, Avenatti threatened to hold a press conference at which he would make these allegations public if the company did not agree to his financial demands. Avenatti promised to forego the...
See how he do shit? See how everybody seem to do shit? Every single person make they little threats. When that don't fall through, they set up their press conference, interviews, etc., etc. Want to tell their story. And then want to push a criminal thing. Like, is that how, really? Don't you think if anybody was a real victim, the first thought would be criminal, not the last? Man, y'all, I ain't even gonna say y'all, because some of y'all that watch my videos, y'all paying attention. But for the most part, a lot of the people that comment, y'all still asleep. Y'all ain't paying attention to the fact that, as I said from the beginning, I never was justifying R. Kelly. I'm just saying it's not about R. Kelly. You want to know why I know that? Because I know it's way more people doing way more corrupt things than R. Kelly. Like, if you want my honest opinion, I feel like from the time of his last court case, I feel like from that point, he made sure the girls he dealt with were legal. Whether they were too young for anybody's taste, that might be true. I'm not going to despite that because, hey, who want they 17-year-old child dating a 50-year-old man? But at the end of the day, guess what we as a people need to do? We need to try to change those laws. Instead of being mad at the people that'll look at that and be like, okay, well, I'm doing this legally. Why don't we change that? Why don't we make it so that the age of legal consent is 18? Period. You got some states that say 16. You got some states that say 17. That's not right. Let's fix it. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry.
Press conference and allow the company to avoid financial harm. If the company agreed to pay his client $1.5 million and for Avenatti himself to retain Avenatti and another co-conspirator to conduct a multi-million-dollar internal investigation that the company did not request. Avenatti made clear that he was approaching the company at a time intended to maximize the potential financial damage of such a press conference, namely on the eve of the annual NCAA tournament and the company's quarterly earnings call. As Avenatti threatened on one call recorded during the investigation, if the company did not accede to his financial demands, and in his words, quote, I'll go take $10 billion off your client's market cap.
On behalf of Nike employees, and if you don't let me do this internal investigation and pay my guy, $1.5 million, there's going to be a problem. ... Eventually they obviously express they don't want to do this investigation. He says, well, I can run off into the sunset with a cool $22.5 million. And they say, not so fast.
Right. More to the point, they go to the FBI in the Southern District of New York. If you're going to try to extort someone, don't try to extort Nike. They're pretty well represented and pretty savvy. This is an interesting case, though. This is actually a close call in terms of extortion. I think we just saw the U.S. Attorney, Jeffrey Berman, already anticipating that. Because 2 sentences in, he said, this was not just aggressive advocacy, because that's going to be Michael Avenatti's defense here.
Okay.
Look, my client had some sort of legal claim. He had some sort of contractual claim against you, Nike, and I offered to come in and do the legal work. Yes, the demands were very high. Yes, I used harsh language. Yes, I was aggressive, but welcome to the real world. This is how business and hard-knuckled legal negotiations work. And the trick for the prosecutors here is going to show that the threats here were what's called, very helpfully in the law, wrongful, which means, welcome to the law. But you have to look at all the different facts and decide, did this sort of cross a line? And I think here...
He just said, welcome to the law. Another point. The law bends based on however you need it to. Based on however much money you have. Is that justice?
The prosecutors are going to say, well, look, he exerted this immense time pressure. He leveraged it right when the NCAA tournament was about to start, right when their Nike's company meeting was about to happen. He threatened their not just their sort of profitability, but their market cap. He used his own fame. He said, look, he basically says in these recorded calls, people pay attention to me and I can really damage you. And the question for a jury maybe will be, is that over the line? That's a defensible case, though.
So it is a defensible case. So between the case in New York and the case in California, which should make him sweat a tad more?
Yeah, I never say this. There's less of a threat out of the Southern District of New York, more of a threat out of California. The California case is really straightforward financial fraud. There's two aspects to the California case. The more problematic one, I think, is the theft of $1.6 million from his own client. It doesn't get any worse than that from an attorney. His client got this settlement. Avenatti lied to him, allegedly falsified documents, and just pocketed the money for himself, and then paid the client a little bit of it, but pocketed the rest. I mean, I don't know how.
So if he gonna falsify records from his own client, you gonna tell me he ain't gonna falsify no sex tape? He ain't gonna do nothing extra to get so-called evidence to prove whatever point he want to. Man, get the fuck out of here.
You defend against that. And the other piece is a garden variety bank fraud, where he inflated his assets. A lot of people living above their means do this. And he got $4 million in loans that I assume he wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Those are first, second year type prosecutor cases. That's a straightforward financial, and you can do it all on financial documents.
Okay. Ellie Honig, you were the best. Thank you so much.
It's making new husband.
I like him.
It's just absolutely crazy, y'all. Crazy. This man is real life on this pursuit to hang R. Kelly. Meanwhile, he out here extorting people. He out here frauding people. Get out of here. Good day. As always, I'm just saying. If you haven't, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I don't know what this means for the R. Kelly case, but as you see, everybody just getting exposed left and right. So I don't really know. I feel like this is going to be a mistrial. I say it now. We'll see. Have a good day.